I'm Sutoni, I'm joined by Rain. I'll introduce the Phalanx team, which seems to have come a bit mixed. They have a few ships at the center, and the rest of them seem to be about 50 off. So we have a Dominic, Ferox, Caracal, Tower, and Vigil.
Yep, and Team Johnny brought the Tempest, the Cyclone, the Osprey, Thrasher, and Merlin, and they've warped in all around about 30, except both the Cyclone and the Tempest are at 0.
Yeah, it actually looks like the Phalanx Dominix is going to be. It's just going to be really interesting because it doesn't really have the best tank. They don't have any Logi. And it is a shield tank Dominix. It's not as tanky as you'd expect. It's more about that utility with the heavy newts. I'm not sure
Yeah,
how long he's going to last with the Cyclone and Tempest on top of him from the beginning.
yeah, and I'm always a fan of watching these battleships sit on top of each other and brawl it out, so hopefully we get to see that. We have 30 seconds until the match starts. What do you think is going to be Phalanx's first move, Sutonia?
I think the first move is they're going to try and kill something. I'm not sure what they're going to kill here, though. They really need to get rid of this Osprey or the Cyclone to get those shield links off or get rid of the logistics. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it, though. It's worth noting that Phalanx have 0 points. That the only thing they're fighting for now is the possibility of coming 7th place and getting 2 more skins if they get a domination victory and a victory right now, or a domination victory in the next match, and the team in 7th loses the next match. So they don't really have a lot to fight for. They could potentially win an extra 2 skins, which, is pretty nice. The IGC Raven skins are really valuable and good.
Yeah, for sure. I believe they sell for a couple bill on TQ. And so we obviously see this Dominic switch to Shield Tank getting primaried off the field. I think that Merlin and Thrasher came in to help supply tackle. Although the Thrasher looks like it's being primaried for Phalanx, so it doesn't look like he's long for this world, even with the Logi.
Yeah, it looks like that Thrasher is breaking through. So Thrasher is gone. Dominix is going to be following shortly, though. Thrasher for Dominix is a very good trade. We do see the Dominix dropping into hole now. He's gonna be going down pretty soon. Seems like Phalanx are going on to the Merlin and the Tempest right now. The Dominix is dead.
Yeah, so that Dominic's getting immediately volleyed off the field is obviously a lot of DPS and utility gone from the Phalanx team. And you can see their attack bar is actually quite low now, so they're going to have to rely on this Ferox and the Caracal and the rest of their support wing to try and volley everyone off the field.
Yeah, it seems like Phalanx are switching to the Merlin now. Merlin is in half shields, but he's going to get reps on the Osprey. I think it's going to be pretty difficult for them to kill it because they only really have the Tower and the Caracal that are going to be able to apply well to this Merlin. I think the
Well,
Caracal is now tackled.
I was going to say they do have a Vigil, so the Vigil obviously applies target pingers, and it is being applied to that Merlin, so it increases the sig radius so that the Caracal and Tower can obviously hit it easier. Although the Caracal, what is it tackled by that Cyclone? That's not too good for the Caracal. He's obviously shield tank, so he's going to be going down quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're killing the right ships though, because they're flying an all-in composition. No logi, they have to trade. They have to kill the battle cruiser, the logi or the battleship. I think they can't just kill the destroyer and frigate because they're gonna just lose in the long run. So that Caracal is gonna be going down pretty soon. The Merlin is stabilizing. I think Team Johnny are securing this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Phalanx really stood a chance with that Dami warping in at 0. I'm not sure if that was kind of a default warp in with the tournament tool or if that's what they wanted initially.
Yeah, they have been having trouble finding captains too, so they might be a bit frustrated. They might be having a few issues, so they might have just warped it in at 0. Cyclone taking damage now. Seems as though they still got quite a bit of DPS with that Ferox and Tower alive. Although I think the Cyclone does have an LXASB that he's probably not running right now.
Yeah, I want to say they should be focusing the Osprey, and I'm not quite sure why they're changing targets. Although it looks like this Merlin does have the Ferox tackled, so trying to pin it down and keeping it from obviously getting close to the Logi.
Yeah, with that Ferox caught now, looks like the Cyclone has now arrived on top of him, so he's now going to be applying those heavy assault missiles. The Cyclone actually does quite a bit of damage up close. It just doesn't really have the range of the other combat battle cruiser. Now Ferox will probably be going down pretty shortly. This looks like the Cyclone is stabilizing. He probably isn't even running his XLSB right now. And with just the Tower and Vigil, I think the win is going to very convincingly go to Team Johnny. It's just a shame that they lost that Thrasher. Not going to get that domination victory that we talked about before. That's so important for trying to keep them in the 4th place so that they can stay in the major leagues and not get relegated.
Yeah, that's a good point because obviously the higher you place, the more ship skins you get, which is great for your team. But at the same time, when you have to go down into the minor leagues, it's you have to kind of earn your place again, or next season's going to be really tough.
Yeah, I mean, looked how tough the minor leagues were this season. They're going to be even tougher next season, and the major leagues too are also going to be even more tougher. Like my vocabulary is pretty limited right now, but you get my enthusiasm.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're seeing now is this tower and this vigil kind of kiting out and around. Looks like I think maybe the Merlin, piloted by Zoe Fishpants, is probably gonna be the only thing that can catch them. So unless they die to like obviously the range of the Tempest and the Cyclone, they might just be flying around for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it does. It looks like he's at the tower's actually just default orbiting something. He's not like flying towards the edge of the arena right now, at least. Looks like he's just kind of moving around. I think he's probably going to die pretty soon. And he's actually just turned off his micro warp drive, so he's accepting his fate, I think, and he's just gonna let himself get caught and die.
Yeah, and it looks like this Merlin and this Vigil are doing I don't know if I want to call it a 1v1 because everyone else seems to be distracted. Oh, and he's gone. Oh,
Yeah,
he boundaried, so okay.
yeah, the vigil decided to commit Sudoku. Anyway, let's head it back over to Apophany in the studio. Congratulations to Team Johnny.